Can't catch me. Hello, everyone, if anybody's there. Basically an LP when I stream at 2:30 in the morning, but just the way I'm sleeping. I was thinking of streaming at a good time at like, I don't know, 6:30, 7 o'clock or something, but it came up time to eat dinner, and instead I fell asleep. And then I woke up at, oh, I don't know, 11:30 or so. Then I had dinner. Now here we are, 2:30 in the morning before I start streaming. Good job. I was watching Northern Alex do a patrol for a while. Okay, so we have 3 sets of empty auto racks. Basically all of the auto racks that we emptied out at the end of last stream and the last switching job, and it made us park them all over the place. Now we're just going to put them all back together into a train. And I wouldn't be able to do this if I didn't have concurrent jobs too, so I'm glad I did that. And so we're going to put them all back together and take them all to the harbor. And we have 44,000 now. Right, I bought the caboose keys last time. I have a feeling when we get to the harbor we're not going to... Well, there's probably a lot of switching jobs to do, so... We'll probably be able to, got it right, yeah. We'll probably be able to get up to 50,000 just from switching jobs. I'll get the steam engine. Maybe one more freight haul job out of the harbor. It's just... I want that steam engine. Just gotta put these over on the main. I guess I gotta run back around with them, yep. Not run around, go around the Y. And I don't use this little flat car, so, yeah. Oh, did I not pull forward enough? Or, yeah, back, whatever you want to call it. I did not! Oh, we're getting off to a good start. That should be good. Set off these 2 auto racks and put that one back on the siding. The little single cars, they don't go to harbor, I'm pretty sure. They go to food factory, I think. There were actually a bunch of food factory jobs to put together, but I think it was only like 1,000 or 2 more profit, and it was a bunch more jobs that I'd have to put, like a single car here, a single car there. So I figured I'd just go back down to the harbor. Now there is a string of empty flat cars to take to the sawmill where we just came from, but I was very tempted to do that, to take all the auto racks and the flat cars to the sawmill and go the long way through the sawmill to get to the harbor, which, no chance at any speedy bonuses, of course, but the advantage would be a little bit more money from the string of flat cars to the sawmill. And I was thinking I could get the caboose, but I really can't because of the way, I'll show you in a second, but it's the way the switch is oriented for the caboose. You really have to be traveling east to west on that line to pick up the caboose if you want to back into it. I mean, unless I want to be awkward and just stick the caboose on the front of the engine. I could, but the problem with that is I don't have the remote. If I had the remote, I would do that. It would be a little silly, but you could do it. But without the remote, that would be a little weird, having to look around the caboose. On the main line, I would probably be doing like 30 all the way. Especially on that line. A lot of it's 30 or 40 anyway, speed limits. But I think we'll just go down to the harbor the regular way with the auto wrecks. And then we'll see what we do after we do all the switching jobs that are there. So we get the steam engine maybe. Depends on it. A big part of it's going to be depending on if there is a steam engine there. If there's no steam engine in the roundhouse, then what's the point of buying the license yet? Just save the money. Because if we will be able to afford the steam engine, it'll be barely. Oh boy, Norg's here again. Oh, I had music I wanted. I downloaded a few video game songs that I found, like remixes and stuff, and I was gonna put them add them to the playlist, and I forgot. Oh well. Next time. Just a couple songs, like 5 songs. And if anybody is here, I guess I should have said this last time, but if anybody is here and is bothered by the music for some reason, just tell me. Say, hey, skip this song, and I'll skip it. Like this one, in all its glory, is a little silly to be listening to because there's no boss. There's no big giant Norg guy sitting around for us to be in a conversation with, which is what this music, the only time this music is used in Final Fantasy VIII. You know, Norg the Fat demands more pies and all that. That's a Spoonie reference, I think. Ah, Spoonie. Way to destroy your career. I don't even know. I don't even really get what all the drama was with him, but it was really good when he made videos. That's all I gotta say about him. Could have been another JonTron. Alright, now we gotta shove these around the Y. Then when we have the train together, we gotta turn the engines around on the turntable. So I guess it is a good thing there's a turntable here. Else we'd have to go around the Y again. All because of that stupid siding that we just pulled these off of that's facing the wrong way as everything else. And of course that was designed on purpose. Kind of forgot there was a crossing there. Ah yes, Rad Racer. Fitting. Well, it's more fitting than Norg. Settle. Let's see if I timed that right. I kind of guessed. I think we got it. Yeah, we're going in here next because there's another section of cars in here. Got another little flat car to move out of the way. Ah, this song. Childhood memories. I played Rad Racer so much as a kid. Because all I had back then was just the NES, Nintendo. I didn't have a whole lot of games either. My sister did most of the heavy-duty gaming, well, by heavy-duty gaming, I mean Zelda 1. We did a bit of Zelda 2, but she didn't like the way Zelda 2 played as much. I don't think she really ever got used to it. We did it a bit, but she got frustrated with that game, I think. Understandably. Zelda 1 took us like a whole freaking year to get through. I mean, I think we beat it. I don't even remember now. It was so long ago. We might have got to Death Mountain and then got tired of the game or something. I don't remember if we actually beat it. When we were young and I was the one guiding her around, and I doubt I did a very good job with it, We had the map that laid out most of the overworld that came with the game, but it missed some key things. Oh, what am I gonna do with this little flat car? Am I gonna have to pull it all the way out of here? So I need to fuel up the engines. I'm hoping I can just fit it in front of that DE6 that's parked in there. I can't move the DE6 because I can't get inside of it to release the brakes because I don't have the license. That's just how that works. And there's Hard Truck 2. One of these days basically, if I'm streaming in the middle of the night like this, I'm probably going to play Derail Valley because I don't want to start something different, a different game, when I know for a fact that nobody's going to be here because it's the middle of the night. So, at these times, it's going to be Derail Valley. Especially because we're kind of grinding right now. Okay. Can I fit this flat car over here and have it not in the way of the engines? Yeah, I think I can. Oh yeah, there's plenty of room. Okay, good. That's why they moved the console here for fueling the engine, whatever you want to call it. That used to be in here. And you had to pull up and park right in front of this thing in order to fuel up. But now they moved it out here, which is nice. It's a welcome change because now I can stick a car over here. Did I not release the brakes before? Whatever. It's just one car. I don't need to be in this engine. Well, 3 total, but it's just the one car that I just added air to, so... Yeah. I'm mumbling and grumbling. Don't mind me. What was that noise? I barely touched the brakes. Why did it make a lot of noise? Something made weird noises. I didn't derail, right? No. There's a very specific noise that happens when you derail. It's hard to explain. It's kind of like a clank. That was just a weird noise. There. 4x4. Oh, MTH GP38 too. Nice. All my trains are old. Old. I think my newest ones are from the 70s. They're all packed up now. Maybe someday I'll get the room back to set them up in, but I don't see it ever happening, so I don't know. Financial situation is what it is, basically. Wish I had room here to set them up, but I just don't. Barely have room for my computer. Oh. I want to pretty much just run it all the way down there. Okay, that should be good. What livery is your GP38? I guess all the new ones have all sorts of fancy sounds and whatnot nowadays. I'd be lost with the new ones. I think they're too fancy. I like my old ones are very plain, but I kind of like them that way. Boy, if I had the money for it, MTH even put out some O&W stuff. There's a Mountaineer steam engine and passenger cars that's like this livery that's on the diesels here. Well, that color anyway. And they also have the gray and yellow F3s. I don't know about FTs, I think just F3s. I can't switch that from here. I'll just hit the wrong one. So one time when I had a little bit of money built up, what was I gonna do with MTH? I think I was gonna switch my entire track system over to MTH, like their version of Fast Track that has the built-in rail beds. Then you could put in like little sensors to make the crossing gates go up and down and stuff like that. But it would have cost a ton of money because I would have had to buy so many switches. That's what kills me. My layout has a ton of switches. It's just my old Lionel track and switches. They can be trouble. I hope they're not too rusty. I'm storing them in the best place I can find to store them in, but it's not too great. It's not gonna get flooded, but I'm sure there's plenty of moisture in the air still. I don't think it's as bad as the basement would be, though. That's what I keep telling myself anyway. The only other option would be the attic, and the attic is so extreme with the temperatures. Nice. Yeah, you can't really find nice big heavy metal ones, but I guess MTH and Lionel still make them like that. I think MTH and Lionel might have merged. Like they're still two different companies, but one owns the other. I don't remember. Might have read that somewhere. I don't know much about it nowadays. I know everything's made in China nowadays, but it's still high quality stuff. It's still high quality, heavy metal stuff. It's not like back in the 70s when Lionel was in Mount Upton. I don't remember the name of the place Lionel was in. Mount something. But they were making trains, but there was some high end stuff, but the lower end stuff, oh boy, a lot of plastic. So it's a lot better than that nowadays. Something I wish I pulled the trigger on, but it would have been a lot of work and money to really do it right. Was I found a set of Lionel F3s, which was like the high-end Lionel diesels back in the day, from the 50s. The Alco FAs that Lionel made was much lower end. They're still pretty good. Well, the ones before 1955 are pretty good. But the F3s were really top of the line, and usually you find a nice set of those F3s. They cost a fortune, hundreds and hundreds of dollars. But I found on eBay one time was like a frame that was in good shape, and I think like a motor, an E-unit, and I said, boy, I could start with this. And it was for like, I think it was the ABA set. As boy, I could start with this, fix those up, find a few parts here and then find some good shells, because you can find shells on their own, just the outer plastic shells. Boy, I could end up with putting something together that's worth a lot of money, but I never pulled the trigger on it. I was a little too worried that it would just be in parts forever. And I was probably right. I don't know if I really would have been able to put it all together the way I wanted to. Then I was hoping with F3s, if I found some shells that weren't broken, the plastic shells that go on the top, if they weren't broken but the paint was not good, then maybe I would try to repaint, or more than likely find a friend of mine that would be better at it to repaint it into like O&W colors. That would have been neat. But also, those F3s are big. My layout's not all that big. Wait a minute, that's not where I want to go. Where's the auto racks? Oh, they're buried. Great. Okay. You know what? I probably shouldn't play that song. It's probably too late now, but we'll see what YouTube does. It's technically video game music, but it's got vocals, so it's probably gonna get slammed for copyright. I'm not worried about YouTube though. It's gonna be years and years before I can. And even if I get popular enough on YouTube, on the VODs channel to be able to monetize, they're probably gonna look at my main channel that I'm not allowed to monetize on, and say, nope, you can't do it. So whatever. As long as Twitch doesn't mute it, I don't really care that much. Lionel has K-Line, okay, yep. And K-Line is HO, right? Sorry, I wasn't looking at the chat. I think K-Line did at one time do some O-Gauge stuff. You know what? Hold on. Why am I doing it this way? I don't have the remote. I can't see what I'm doing too well. I'm going to park these on the main track and then get the other auto racks. That's a much smarter idea. Not in any rush anyway. I'm not on the clock until I start the jobs. How heavy is this? 138, 70, so 140, 50. That's what, 210 math. 260. Okay, that's not gonna be much at all. I'll fire up the second engine, but not gonna. Should be easy peasy. Yeah, it was an O from K-Line. Oh, missed it again. Oh, that's cool. I've been tempted a few times, back when I was building the collection when I had some money, to get some old Marks stuff. That's old, all metal tin plate stuff, basically. I never pulled the trigger on it, but that could have been cool. The problem with that stuff is it's probably harder to find parts. Don't don't mind that musical track that just played, if you can call it a musical track. Hey, there was a chance that that could have popped up at the right time. But the neat thing about the Marks from back then is it would have run just fine with my Lionel transformer and track. Probably your O gauge K line, as long as it's 3 rail. That probably would be fine too. Unless it runs on different voltages. Something I didn't know for a long time is there is a such thing as 2 rail O gauge. So I guess it must work like HO works. I don't know. I'm not quite sure how that works. I don't think so though, because HO trains run on DC current. Wow. HO trains run on DC current, and you change the current in order to change the direction that the train goes in. I don't. I think 2 rail O gauge still works like 3 rail O gauge. Still AC current, and you control it with the transformer. I don't know. I never tried it. You know, a lot of people don't like O gauge though, the 3 rail stuff, because the third rail in the center is very, um, you know, what's the word? It doesn't belong. It's not realistic at all. I mean, the main fault that everybody finds with O gauge is they're toy trains instead of scale trains, and I'm like, well, okay, it's good enough for me. I'm no good at making scenery anyway, so. It's one thing I never really got into, was making nice scenery on my layout. I tried a little bit, kind of the last couple years that I had my layout. Like I redid the whole table, and I added like a layer of that pink styrofoam board. It's only 3/4 inch thick though, but I like shaved it in such a way so that there was like a creek going through the middle of the layout, which was just a space where there wasn't foam that I painted blue to the Creek. But it was still very basic. I had a couple little buildings that I built myself. That weren't really to scale too great. Then I hit that mountain. I don't know. Where am I putting these flat cars? I guess I gotta stick them where I got the auto racks out of. I don't think I had an empty track down there. Hold on. Let me see if I have an empty track. I don't think I do. Now that I think of it. I should have just pulled the auto racks out with me, but oh, I do have an empty track. I'm an idiot. Now let's just stick them all the way. And we'll put them on 2i. I'd love to get my train set up again. I had them sprawling out between 2 bedrooms. Cut a hole right in the wall between the 2 rooms. No, I always said it wasn't a hole, it was a tunnel. Yeah, there's no hole in the wall, just a tunnel. Big difference. That was when my grandma was still around, and I remember cutting that out when Mom had her at the doctor's or something. I said, now's my chance. Nobody will ever know. Cut the hole in the wall. It worked. No, I don't like the Splatoon music too much. Sorry, I had a slight brain fart there. Now we'll leave it with everything lined up for the center track, which is usually the one you have to bring a train into anyway, so that should work out. Almost came in there a little too fast. I do that sometimes. Every once in a while, I'm pretty good at this game, but every once in a while, I don't know if I'm zoning out or what, but I'll maybe run into some cars a little too quick. But I caught it. Nice. For me, with train layouts, it is really nice to see the amount of work and how cool it looks when people do a lot of awesome scenery. You know, where they build these mountains out of like paper mache, and they put in all the trees, and they make all the to scale stuff and whatnot. it is really neat, but for me, even if I had the money for it, I like the more simple look. I like just, green table, put a few like mountains and buildings and stuff down, maybe a bunch of street lights here and there, stuff like that. I don't like to do too crazy. I don't like to. I like the main focus to be the trains and the track and the switches and stuff. So with my layout, I kind of went for like a classic post-war Lionel layout, where that's what you did. You just like painted the table green. In fact, what I did with the second table, the one in the other bedroom, the one where the train would just loop around and come back to the main table. By the way, that table now is my bed. But what I did is the whole table was painted gray, and then I put the tracks down, and then I painted around the track. I thought I was being lazy at the time. I painted the green around the tracks, leaving some gray under the tracks. And then after I did it, I said, you know what? That looks kind of good because the gray is kind of like the ballast of the track. You got to use your imagination. There's no real ballast, but it's gray under the tracks, and then everywhere else is green. So it works. And then I found out that like classic 50s and 60s Lionel layouts, post-war layouts, that's what they did. They just painted the table gray under the tracks, and there you go. You got ballast. That was kind of neat. That I thought I came up with my own. Oh no, that's not what I want to do. I thought I came up with a neat idea, and then I looked it up, and I was like, oh, that's what they did back then. And what I was thinking of doing, and I never got around to doing it. I had like some cat litter in a container, and I bought some glue, but I never did it because the thing is with my layout, I have so many switches. But I was thinking of actually trying to do ballast, where you put you kind of pour the cat litter along the tracks and between the tracks, and then you gotta spray it with the glue water mixture, and then it hardens. And my thing is, I the problem with that is you're kind of cementing the rails down to the table, and then once you do that, things are permanent. You can't pick up the rails and sand them down when they get rusty. You got to sand them where they are and clean them, I should say. You don't really have to sand them unless they really get rusty. But and my switches, that was the biggest thing. Is I have all those 022, they're called the post-war switches, and you have to be able to take them apart and oil them every once in a while. And the wire might come loose or whatever. So I didn't want to cement things in place. I decided at the end of the day it wasn't really worth it. But what I did do is I made like a bunch of ties, basically railroad ties. What they were is I took 2x4s and sliced them down into thin strips on the table saw, and I made a bunch of like ties and fit them on. I think some of my videos, you can even see them because I put just the ties under the rail because I was thinking, maybe I should do this, maybe I shouldn't, wasn't sure, but I never did it, and it was for the better because if I did do it, then I would have just had to tear it all apart when I packed everything up. So I don't think it was really worth it. It would have looked nice, but I don't think it was worth it. And once again, it's the switches. I even actually, now that I think about it, I had some kind of plan. This was years ago, but I had some kind of plan of putting in like little blocks of wood wherever the metal tie of the original tracks would go into the ballast, and putting the ballast down without the rails, and then the rails would just kind of snap in, and then I would be able to just pop them up whenever I had to. But I use the same phrase a lot, but I never pulled the trigger on that either. Just at the end of the day, it just seemed like too much work for not much gain, basically. The whole reason why I was thinking doing that, there's this one guy on YouTube. I don't know if the algorithm just never shows me these videos anymore, but I think he kind of never posts anymore. I'm trying to remember what his name was. John Winton, I think? Something with a W. But he had a really nice layout that he was building from scratch, and he had a big basement with a lot of space, big giant L-shaped table. He built this mountain with one of the tracks has to go way uphill to go over a bridge and through a mountain and then back down. Oh, that was pretty nice. And but that's what he did is he made all the railroad ties and the ballast around him, and it did look really good. But he didn't have a whole lot of switches. He had big giant loops basically. I don't know what happened with that guy. Oh, neat. Yeah, that would work. That way you're not gluing down the tracks. Yeah. That's actually a really good idea. That's a step above just painting the table. Oh, I gotta fill up. Actually, let me turn them around first so that I know. Super efficient with this. Well, I'm glad I got the MU license at least. That helps a lot. Hey, there's Zelda 1. It's not perfectly centered, but it's not that big a deal. Nice. Oh, I just glanced over OBS for a split second and said encoding overloaded, but it just says that for a split second, so I think the stream is fine. Yeah. Okay, good. And this engine was barely used. It was just Being towed along for the ride for the most part. Oh, it did use some sand though. Hey. Better not damage the body. I'm gonna be super cheap and shut it down for a minute. Well, I really didn't have to do that because I already got the jobs in my hand. Nothing to go through at the table, I don't think. Just I'll have one final look before we leave. Actually, I don't want to accept the jobs yet because I want to really optimize my time and be hooked up to the cars. Okay. 3,700 for that one, yeah. It's the one I was mainly using. Let me just run back and forth a couple extra times. Just make sure there's nothing else I want to do. Nope, not going to food. Yeah, that's where the separate little cars went to food factory. Nope, nope, nope. And there's that string of flat cars, sawmill. 2,300. That is probably not as much as the speedy bonuses will be. That's a long route going down through sawmill and then all the way down that route, and we did that in the other direction last time, so no, I'm not going to take that. I'm just going to go the main line. Okay. Hook up. Okay. All right. Oh, that took longer than I was expecting just to put these freaking auto racks together, but that's just what it takes when one set is facing the other way, and then the other two sets there's flat cars in the way. Just takes a while. Okay. Now we start the twists. We're gonna be leaving that way. Right. I always get a little confused with City Southwest, but yeah, we're gonna be leaving that way. Excuse me. hope these all go to the same track. They really should. Alright. How much time? 52 minutes. G1S. 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 52 minutes. Say 51. Alright. Let's get going. Now we're on the clock. I gotta start up the second engine, right? Almost didn't do that. I mean, really, this isn't that heavy. I could probably get away with one engine, but better throttle response. Get up to speed quicker with two engines. I think it's worth it. They all go to the same track, so I don't have to look at the numbers and figure out what goes where, thankfully. Usually they do that, but every once in a while it's, oh, this one goes to 1S, this one goes to 2S. It's like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. A decently long train, but very light because they're all empties. Now, I might have to throw the switch. I think, if I remember correctly, since I came up just with the engines from Sawmill anyway, I think I made a point to stop and throw the switch back so I wouldn't have to worry about it. Yes, I did. Okay, good. And the speed limit is what? 9. Yeah, I don't believe that. 7. Yeah, that's more like it. But then just a little bit down the line is going to be another switch with a 3, so I'm only going to do like 45 here. No point in speeding up a lot just to slow back down. Well, I think we've only got a few more days left of the snow. The next update for the game is going to be coming out any minute now. It said second week in February, which this is. It lasted a little longer than I thought it was going to be. They said a month originally, so December 25th would have been January 25th, but it lasted a bit longer than that, which is nice. Okay, now it's going to be a 3. Trying not to overbrake. There we go. Yeah, there's just no point in speeding up for that short little distance. This curve is very deadly. Right here. And it's the main line. engine is running, right? Yeah, okay. I was pretty sure. Just didn't seem quite loud enough. It's the music. Okay, we're through the 3. Because I don't know what the new speed limit is because I was too busy looking back, but it's probably a 7. We're not going to go much faster than 60 anyway, probably. I hope that back one's not slipping. It shouldn't be slipping because these are very light. Okay, 8. Now we're coming up on Oil Well Central before too long, so... Yep. That's good. I know these switches are fine because I can't even work hazmat yet, so there's no way I was working this yard. Yep. 5. That 5 is very safe. Let's say it really doesn't have to be 5 here. It's dead straight. Any of the sidings, yeah, but down the middle, you can do 6 easy, I think. Oh, Susie. Oh, don't lag out. And now the farm comes up, so this is the main line, but it's kind of one place right after the next. Farm is another place that's set at 50, but you can go faster than 50 through there. That crossing I really didn't need to blow for because there's a bunch of boxcars already parked on it. Unlike anybody could drive on it anyway. So we're going to Harbor. We gotta make a right coming up and go around the Y. Right, we don't want to go up into Steel Mill. Yep. Then after that, the switches will be set. And this little curve coming up to get onto that line is going to be a decent hill. And then once we make the turn, it's still a hill for a little while. This song. Silva Gunner, thank you. Lancer's stepping on the gas. Oh. I think I don't want to be going much faster than 5, right? Yep. Oh, we're down to 40. Yeah. That's the hill. I dropped the throttle for 2 seconds and I was down to 40. Now I'm down to 30. We're just hauling a bunch of empties. Sand. There's where we just came from. Watching that wheel slip light like a hawk. Of course, I don't know if the other unit's slipping because the light's not synced up between the two. Maybe that'll be one of the small changes they make in the newest update. Because it really should be when you use MU. The light, the wheel slip lights should sync up. So if anything's slipping, it'll light up. Okay. Yeah, we're still climbing. Yeah, I don't think I have to worry about any more switches all the way down now. Please don't overheat. I'm gonna check on the other engine. Okay. Yeah, we're creeping into the yellow on the temperature. Okay, same. Good. I don't have to worry about one of them overheating and the other one not. Oh, yep, there's the overheat warning. It's the red that you really gotta worry about, so we got a little ways to go. Come on. We're doing 50, that's not too bad. Okay, with dropping throttle now. It looks like she'll hold it. Okay, good. Now when we cool off a bit, we'll try to go faster, because now that we make this turn, it's kind of a speedway. The speed limit goes up to like 10 and 12. Make up some time a little bit. Although I'm sure we're going to get there in plenty of time. Oh yeah. I think Moobot fell asleep. Oh, I fiddled with Moobot a little bit. I thought that it was doing the automatic messages a little bit too often for the Discord and YouTube links, but now it's not doing it at all. I'm watching that light. But if we get up to 70, that'd be something. 2 engines in this lightweight of a train. You would think we would be able to get a little bit faster here. Okay, I get it. You're getting hot. Okay. That's all she's got, I think. 65, that's pretty good. pretty soon we'll start going downhill anyway. How are we on fuel? Oh, we still got 3/4. Good. Now we're cooling off. Good. Pretty soon the speed limits will just start going down and down and down as we are on the unwinding downhill path to harbor. Not yet, though. Let's see if we can get her back up to 65 at least. Or 60 at least. Okay, there we go. Almost 70. That's pretty good. That might be the last time I have to apply power unless I put the brakes on too hard and have to recover from it. 65. Better still. I don't know why that switch would ever be thrown, but okay. Good. I guess if I was coming up from harbor and I couldn't handle the main line hill, I would come up that way. Up and around. That's a hill too. I guess it's not as steep, maybe. Pretty sure the speed limit was still 70, by the way. I didn't quite catch it, but gotta start hitting the brakes a little bit. Oh, 4, 4, 4, 4. Okay. We need 4. Okay. Oh, that actually worked out pretty good. I was a little worried that I didn't hit the brakes enough, but I got there in the end. I got there before the curve, and that was 7. Of course, a troll came. Which I'm not even going to bother, because I think right after this tunnel it's going to go right back to 4. Run this line enough times. That's 6. And then I think after the tunnel it's going to go back to 4. Well, maybe we'll go up a little bit. Now, if I was loaded, I would have had to use more brakes back there. But I used just enough. Alright, I'll see you around 4x4. Thanks for showing up. 50. Oh, I can't play this song. Oh, God. Ah, hell, that one's gonna get me muted. I forgot about that song. I love it, but that one gets me muted on YouTube. Damn, I forgot. Should have taken that one out. That was Oblivion, I think. Maybe I caught it in time. Yeah, 4 in the morning. Oof. It's okay, we're in Dealing City now. Everything's fine. It's, you know, glory to the sorceress, so I'm speeding a little bit. That was a little heavy on the brakes, but I did have to get back down to 4. Ah, the memories of Final Fantasy VIII. Someday, Final Fantasy VIII will get a remake like 7 did. Someday. Although there's not... I can understand, well, first off, 7 has ridiculous popularity. But also, 7, original 7, the character's design was so silly. Because the problem with Final Fantasy 7 is they designed it originally for... I've gone on this tangent before, but they designed it for N64. So, you know, it's really like blocky, chunky textures, not very realistic looking. And then they realized, I don't know, like halfway through or something, like, oh, we can go to PlayStation, and they did. And for what it is, it's pretty good. And they added a lot of really nice cutscenes and stuff, but you know, they could only do so much. Okay, we're coming up on the troll turn. Slow down. Slow down. We got a 4. Love how they give you an 8 right before this turn. Okay. I'm doing good with the brakes tonight. Because it's their empties. It's easier to judge. But yeah. The Windows 7. Yeah. Final Fantasy 7, I do understand that would be the first one to do a remake of. To give them all the realistic look. Because Final Fantasy 8, yeah, sure, the graphics are dated nowadays. But at least they were pretty, like, realistic looking back then. So it's not as big of a difference when you remake that one. It's still 4, still going downhill. That's a little broken. Eventually they'll get around to fixing some of these texture bugs. And here we are in the harbor. We're going to G1. Oh, G1. Oh, crap. I gotta turn around. I don't think G1 is gonna be clear all the way through. I could run through down the center track and then back in. Okay, I don't have to turn around. I can just do that. How much time do we have? We still got a half hour. We'll turn around. Got plenty of time. We'll turn around and then the engines will be facing the way I want them to be for switching. Although I'm going to have to fuel up anyway, but still. We'll turn around and see. I was thinking of turning around in the Y for the military base. Let's see, do we have a steam engine? No steam engine. Well, I guess we're not buying the license yet. But, I can't turn around this military base. I can't enter the military base until I get military 1. So that would have been awkward. Maybe it wouldn't have let me turn the switch. That would have made more sense. Okay, let's just go down the loading track because that's always empty. Oh, not that way, please. It's the only thing that's empty. Okay. I love how long these yards are. Look how long this is. Ends up with a dead end going into the ocean, but it's a really long track. I think that's good enough. Should be. Train's not that long. Yeah. All I needed to do was turn this switch. But while I'm at it, I'll make sure we're all set for G1. On. Oh, this is still turned. Okay. Must have come out of that yard last time. Yeah, we did. We came out of G. Oh, I could have pulled straight in. Huh. They did give me... Usually when you have to park something in an S track, a storage track, they calculate, oh, you have eight cars, but there's enough room for 10. So they park 2 empties there. And then, you know, you have to back in. This time they actually gave me the whole track. I guess I should have looked first before turning around and see, but whatever. Well, the engines will be facing the way I want them to anyway. It's just now I got a long reverse move to do with all these cars. After I park this, I'm gonna tab out for a second and poke Moobot, maybe. It's been more than 15 minutes. There's been plenty of lines of chat. I should have put up my links. Not that it matters now, but I want to make sure it's set up for when it does matter. Damn it. I think he just fell asleep. She, I don't know if Moobot's a he or she. I think I missed the second one. It doesn't matter. I'm surprised empty auto racks go here, actually. You'd think the loaded ones would come here and then empties would come out. We still got like 2 cars to go, come on. The brakes on a little bit too quick. And now looking at the train, I see why they gave me the full track, because I need it. too far back. Nope. Normally I wouldn't even bother looking, but I've still got lots of time on the clock, so I can be fancy. Alright. They gave us 52 minutes and we did it in 30. Nice. Oh yeah, well worth it to go the main line then. 13.6. Five, 6. I know my money's there. 7, 7. Oh, nice. How much money do we have now? 66,000. Oh, that was a good run. That was really good for empties, actually. Alright, let's see what kind of switching jobs we got. First, let me poke Moobot, like I said it was gonna. Hey, you awake, Moobot? All okay. $18 minutes. Knock that back to 15. That's not 5. 15 minutes. 9 lines in chat. I think I'll knock that back to 8. Don't mind me, I'm just... Moobot! Wakey wakey Moobot! No? Now send it to the chat. Okay, I already sent it. Alright, whatever. Don't mind me. Oh, we're almost there, we're almost there. Oh no, I got banned. Why am I holding control to talk? I don't know. I'm being stupid. Okay, Moobot, that was 8 lines, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Where's the timer that says my Discord and YouTube? No? Let's give it I said it like 15 minutes, but Moobot hasn't said anything in hours, so hour 26 minutes. Actually, Moobot hasn't said anything since I told it to say something at the beginning of the stream, so hey, wake up. Don't want the timer to work, damn it. Let's give it a couple minutes. I'm very new to this whole Moobot thing anyway, so we'll see. Okay, that's a switching job we can do. 725 tons. Whew. That's going to take every bit of the 2 engines to do. Hey, 5,600 bucks. 931 tons. That's gonna take a third unit. Wow. They're giving me the big switching jobs now. Food factory. How much is express? Should we? This is an idea. Should we go for passenger jobs before steam engine and just haul passengers around with switchers? That seems a little undignified. But I guess you could. Could go hazmat too, but oh, passengers 100,000. Never mind. Nope, we don't have that much money. So no passengers. That's not gonna happen. Hey, 20th Century Limited. The update works. Neat. I'm gonna go look and make sure that's the right skin for that. Actually, let me do that now. I just want to make sure the skins are working for that because the passenger jobs mod just updated. Okay, let me sort this out. That's hazmat 2. That's hazmat 2. That's hazmat 1. I'm gonna save my money, I think. I mean, I could get hazmat 1, and boy, there's 14,000 right there. How much is hazmat 1? And if hazmat 1 is okay, if it was 20,000, I was gonna say that just about pays it off. 40. Boy, that one job is 14,700. It's very tempting. Say that much. Goods factory. The ones I tossed in there were hazmat 2. That's hazmat 2. I know I'm not going to get hazmat 2 right now. That's hazmat 3, I think. Yep. Goods factory. Goods factory again. Steel mill hazmat 2. Goods factory again. Or passenger trains, that's just a commuter. I don't care about looking at that one. Hazmat 1. Oh wow. That makes up 20 right there for hazmat 1. I might very well get that. That's another commuter train. There's another express. Ooh, the Mountaineer. Let's look at that one too. Can't do it, but I want to look at it. Make sure it's working the way it's supposed to. Next yard over. Alright, so it won't show up on the display board. Oh no, it does. I thought it wouldn't show up on the display board unless I accepted the job, but it does. Look at that. The Mountaineer 77 to Machine Factory. The Train C57 to Steel Mill. Ah, neat. So there's the Mountaineer. Mount 77. Oh, that's cool. Probably should have done it all in caps, MNT. I can change that. '20th Century Limited. Yep. That's the 20th Century Limited, all right. New York Central two-tone. Very cool. Okay. That's neat. I like that update. And so you can only fit so much on the boards, I guess. Train C57. Yeah, now the New York Central 164. 57 must be one of the commuter trains. Is there only one loading track? Right, this track's a through track that doesn't count as a loading track. So yeah, there's only one loading track. Okay. This one really should be a loading track too. Goes right next to the platform. Although this track, at least with the, see how close the rails get to the platform here? I had a very bad experience with the steam engine. It wedged right up against the edge of the platform and got completely and utterly stuck. Couldn't move it. Forward or back, sand, full power, couldn't move it. And then I hooked up the DE6 to, I think, the front end I tried first. Couldn't move it, full throttle, full sand with the DE6 and trying to put the power on with the steam engine too. Couldn't move it. And then I ran the DE6 around the other end, and I kind of rammed the steam engine at like 12, 13 miles an hour, something like that. It was hard. I hit it hard enough that the windows blew out on the DE6. And then, with full throttle on the DE6 and some throttle on the steam engine, then I was finally able to move it. It was ridiculous. I should have just spent the money to clear it from the tracks or whatever. But no, that's what I did, and I was able to move it. And then the DE6, as it was moving by, I heard it bang against the platform, but it didn't get stuck. So my point is, DE6 and steam engine. I guess it's a good thing this is not a loading track. DE6 and steam engine, you do not run on this track. Don't do it. It will get stuck. You know, with the steam engine, I was rolling through there. I heard the bang of it touching, and for some reason, I think I either I only dropped the throttle or I might have hit the brakes a little bit too because I was worried. I was like, oh, what was that? I didn't want to derail. Then, bam, just grinded to a halt and just wedged. Eventually they'll fix it, but for now, don't run the big engines on that track. I'm sure the switcher would clear just fine. Alright, let's toss those two jobs. I just wanted to look at the cars and see that the jobs worked right. Neat. Okay. I need a third shunter for that. 9,200 though. Good, good. Money, money, money. These are hazmats. Hazmat 1 that I'm very tempted. Because this is 15,000 plus just for doing these two jobs. Let me see the fees on these two. Better fuel them up. It's probably going to tell me that I can't pick up new jobs. So I need to pick up a third switcher. There's one in the roundhouse. So there's no new job for these. They do. Job on the hut. If this song is gonna get copyrighted, I don't think so. A fellow streamer, Double Awesome, uses this song a lot in his stream. Although it's not the full song, I think he just kind of loops the first part of the song, so... Oh. Oops. Turn, please. Thank you. Pretty. Yep, gonna miss the snow. Although I guess it'll be nice to have the greenery back at the trees and whatnot. Although you're not gonna have as nice visibility as you have now. Also, if your computer's not up to stuff, it's gonna lag out more, loading all that vegetation. But I think there's an option in the graphics settings to turn the vegetation to low or even off, and then it's just like plain green, like you're playing on a train table. Okay, we're gonna have the third unit backwards. I could just for switching. Yeah. Oh, hi there, Lambda. What you got? I'll check it out in a minute. You're up late. What am I doing? I need to speed up going in here. Okay. How's it going? I'm in kind of a rut with my sleeping schedule. I fell asleep when it should have been dinner time. And then I woke up, whenever later, and now I'm streaming in the middle of the night again. On Union Pacific, huh? The space. Oh, this is gonna cost a fortune. Not too bad, actually. Considering we just came down from City Southwest. Yeah, tired. Surprised you're up this late. Oh, it's a good time to pause this, so... Let's see what you got. Oh, Lionel going bank. Oh, this is gonna be good. Yes. Save your money. I shouldn't be looking at that on stream. Oh. Somebody had something nice to say about the equalizer. That's cool. Oh, yes, this is good. I think it's loud enough. Yeah, it's loud enough. Good, good, good. Beautiful. I don't know why that became a meme, but it did. That's pretty great. I might have to acquire this song later. Put it on the playlist. That's not bad. It's a shitpost and it's, kind of a decent song, a little bit. That's pretty great. from the other end. That was amazing. I've seen the Lionel coin meme many times, but I never saw the musical version of it. Oh, no, don't do that, OBS. Still streaming, right? Okay, I didn't close it. Whew. I think I will turn this one backwards. Okay. Well, thanks for showing up anyway. I want to spin this one around. Okay. I guess I'll stream until I get tired again. I don't know. Okay. Now we've got 3 units. Middle one's not turned on just yet until we need 3. We'd be triple headed. Well, let's go find our train that we gotta pick up. I'm guessing it's gonna be E because they're big ones. Could be wrong, but let's see, what are we looking for? We're looking for containers, cat food, boxcars of cat food. Okay. 69 for the boxcars, nice. 34 for the containers. These are the boxcars, probably. Okay, we'll do that first then. Don't really see the containers. No, that's not enough. No. Containers must be in somewhere else. Those orange ones are settling. It's hazmat 3. In one of the other yards, I thought for sure they would be in this one. Oh, there's more down here. 34. Oh. Interesting. Oh, the switch was already turned for it. Neat. Yep. We're all set. Sometimes the snow is brighter than other times, I feel like, even though it's always daylight. There's no day-night cycle or anything. Sometimes I feel like it's a little bit brighter. Yeah, I just happen to notice it sometimes. Now we've been Galbadia Garden. I know that music anywhere. Never forget the first time we stepped foot in that place. Final Fantasy VIII. Best Final Fantasy. Okay, start up third dungeon because we need all three for this one. Probably could have done it with 2 engines, but screw it. We'll do 3. We made a bunch of money. Now let's waste it all on fuel. Oh, it's just one switching job, though. Okay, it's worth 9,200. 33 minutes on the clock, please. It's to wait 931. 800 for 2 engines, but it probably could have squeezed it. Whatever. D7. Oh. Okay. D7. I think with 3 units, it should be for 1,200 tons worth pulling power. I don't think I should have to worry about the wheels spinning. That's why I went with a 3rd unit. Although I hear them spinning. Never mind. Freaking cat food is heavy. Oh, yeah, that's good. Just a little sand. So yeah, that would have been pretty rough with 2 units then if I'm having this much trouble with 3. Well, I'm not having trouble, really. It's just not going quite as fast as I thought it would. Don't worry, it's stopping. Alright. No. That was not what I was aiming at. Pretty sure this is still on the loading track, yeah. I wonder where that long string of containers is. It's either there or it's on C. Could be on C, there was a lot on C, yeah. Stop slipping. Wait, you'd think 3 engines. That wouldn't be such a problem. Now that I got the sand on, though, I'm gonna throw some more power down. I was a little late, but whatever. I think I started blowing before I hit the crossing anyway. No, we don't want to go faster than 30. Okay, good. Right at 30. Perfect. This is a lot of boxcars. Do 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 do. Oh, Laguna, you silly, silly man. All I can think of when I hear this freaking music. It was great, though. She'll stop. Just stopped. Okay. Let me guess. The 2 that go to D is at the head end. That's why it's telling me to do it last, right? Usually that's how it goes. 9, 5, 4. Yep. 4, 5, 2. Okay, so guess what? I'm going to do that first. Now, if I had the remote, I might do it in that order, but I don't. Even with the remote, I would do it this way. Because why go over to G and then back to D when we're already in D? Now we're going to have all the power in the world to move 2 empty boxcars around. I guess I should shut down the middle unit. What do you know? We made it up to 30 pretty quick. Ah, yes, Sonic 4. That game was something. A lot of people try to pretend that it didn't exist. I don't think it was that bad, but it was kind of bad. Oh, god damn it. I always do that. All I needed to do was get past this switch, and I pulled up past the G switch. I don't know why I always do that when I need to go over to the other side of D, but I always do it. Wait, we're going... I'm confusing myself with directions. Yeah, okay. Why did I hit that? Now, are we set for 2? I think we are. Yep, good. I'm not used to having this much power. You know what? I'm going to shut down that metal unit. This is a little silly to have 3 engines for this. Save on fuel. No more than 30 on this curve coming up. I think we could get away with it with only the shunters, but any cars at all, as soon as you cross 30 miles an hour, they'll derail on this curve here. It is pretty sharp. Kilometers per hour. Whatever. I kind of like this setup with the dead engine in the middle. I still got a running one on either end. Although, I really probably could have done that with just the two engines and used more sand, and it would have taken a little bit longer, but yeah. These boxcars, even empty, are a little heavy, so I'll keep the two engines running through it. Anyway, I got the other big switching job to do after this one, so might as well keep two engines running. Okay, I wasn't really trying to do that, but whatever, it worked out. Okay. Working this backwards, probably, so 646. Yes. These four go to C1. C? No, we'll go to G next, so everything but the first four. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, back there and back goes to G6. Alright. What are you ringing about? What didn't I hook up? Uh-oh. Did I not hook it up right? Open? Oh, I did. Oh, God, I never... Oh, it was already open. I closed it. I hate it when I do that. It's been a habit. It's been a bad habit lately. So we're just pumping the air up now. Yeah. We got 3 engines pumped. Well, 2 engines. Shouldn't take too long to pump it up. So we're going to G6. Okay. Nice ending. Oh, God. Over 30. Oh, no. No derail. Don't derail. No whammy. Okay. We made out okay with that. That could have been bad. Come on. No, we're coming up on a crossing. Oh, just barely got on the crossing. So I blew a little early, but not bad for doing it blind. Okay, G6. Okay, there's no cars parked down there that we gotta worry about running into, so that's nice. Because I'm not gonna be able to see a thing, so that's good. I don't have to worry about hitting another car. It's all open. bad it's not lined up at all. Thought that was lined up better than that. Maybe it's just because I'm at a distance. I have no idea where the crossing is, but I'm blowing for it. So the first 4 cars at this end don't go here, and the rest do. Alright, the brown C and O. Yep, okay. The second brown one, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, second brown one. Not that I can see where the second brown one is from here. I just have to like do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we need to go in another 2 cars. So up to the next switch stand. See how that looks. Nope, still got half a car to go. This is where the remote would really come in handy. I know I sound like a broken record, but... So until this engine's past the switch stand, probably. But I kind of rather have the steam engine sooner. Although we have the problem of finding a steam engine. I think once we find a steam engine, we're gonna always use it pretty much. Just park it somewhere when we're doing switching with the... Okay, let me... 1, 2, 3... Of course, now I went too far back, so now I'm worried that I'm off the end. 303. Yep. Okay. Let me just actually pull apart yet. I'm not way off the end, am I? Oh, perfect. Good. Okay, the rest goes to C1. Oh, am I spinning the wheels? Come on. It's only 4 empties now with 2 engines. I'm still spinning the wheels. Trying to make up some time here. I still got 10, 12 minutes. Reaper, Reaper. This song's probably going to be copyrighted on YouTube. I think I've come to a decision that I'm only going to care about if something gets muted or gets me in trouble, basically, on Twitch. I think if something gets flagged on YouTube, I don't really care. Unless it gets muted. Or blocked. Because I'm never going to make any money on YouTube. That's just not going to happen. Maybe someday on Twitch, YouTube, no. So I think I'm gonna put like the Hard Truck 2 music that I took out of the playlist. I'm gonna put that back in. I'm not gonna worry about that. That music is too good to not play. I don't know why I thought I had to pull forward that much. Okay. Track 1 now, which is all the way left. Yeah. And there's a whole string of cars there on track 1. Oh, there's not. Okay. Oh, that's probably my next set of containers. Good. That works out pretty good then. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's it. Can't believe I got 3 shunters linked up just for this. Oh, the middle one's shut down right now, but still. Little overkill. All managing to spin the wheels, so. Oops. Let go of the button a little too quick there. Whatever, we got the job done. Surprised there's no empties at all on C1. Usually there's a ton of empty flat cars on there. Either a logistical haul job or a bunch of different cars not linked up that are for different switching jobs, loading jobs. This time, nope. Track was empty. Yeah. So I really could have put this entire string of box cars on this track, but oh, they wanted me to break them up. Okay, all done. Let's just pull a little Jesus move here and walk on water. And ta-da! They gave me 33 minutes. We did it in 24. 9,200 base. Extra 4,600 for the speedy bonus. That'll pay for the fuel for the third engine anyway. 13,800. Nice. Money, money, money. What are we up to now? 74,000. Why is there no steam engine here? Damn it, I can afford it. Oh boy, I might get Hazmat 1.